Hi book lovers, welcome back to my channel. It's Hazy Reads here. I've got some super fun activity ideas that you can do at your book club or with your bookish best friends. So make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I can assure you these activities are a game changer and you don't want to miss out. So I'll walk you through how to do these activities with bonus twists ideas and even share some TikToks of other book lovers doing this at their book clubs. Activity number 1, Bookish Bingo. Bookish Bingo I have seen everywhere on BookTok. This is a fan favourite and it is an absolute must if you are in a book club. So what you'll need to do is print out or hand draw a 5x5 grid, and in that grid you can fill it with different book prompts. So for example, you could put in there read a 500-page book. You could have in there like different trope ideas like enemies to lovers, and then you cross it off if that book had that trope in it. All different things that you want in your book bingo. And then what you do is bring this sheet to every book club or when you're with your bookish friends, and you cross off and you share with them how far you've got and if you're the first one to make a line. And what the fun thing about it is you can make it your own. So you can have prizes for the first one to complete a line. You can do 2 lines, a full house, and make it more exciting. And ideas I guess you could have for prizes is the first one who finishes a line gets to pick the next book. You could have gets to win a book everyone wants on their TBR. It's really exciting. It's just something that you can make your own and have a laugh. It's great. It's great fun. So here's the bonus idea. You could make your bookish bingo themed. So you could have a romantasy bingo card, you could do a romance bingo card, you could have a thriller bingo card, or you could do like a tropes only bingo card and you list all the tropes there could possibly be. There's so many different ideas that you can do to make this your own and have the best bookish fun. So check out this example of someone's bookish bingo.
For each other, and of course I had to make all of them food puns. And voila.
See, it just adds that extra layer of fun to your reading and your book club. It's definitely a must. So activity number 2 is blind date with a book. Here's how it works. So everyone brings a book wrapped in plain paper. I've seen loads where they're wrapped in brown paper, which is really cool, but any paper's fine. And on the front of this, you write 3 teaser words that indicates what this book is about. So for example, you could put enemies to lovers, you could put thriller, and it's not giving anything away. It's just a key element of this book. So what you do is then you pick someone else's blind book copy, and you choose based on the vibes. It's not about the author, it's not about the cover, and it's just a bookish lucky dip. Bonus idea, want to make it extra fun? Whoever gets the wildest pick of their blind date has to have a dramatic review at their next book club. That'd be so funny, honestly. Hearing someone have a book review that is really dramatic, that will make everyone laugh. Here's some examples of blind date with a book. I just love the extent that people go to with decorating, designing this, and the little gifts that they put inside. So if you don't have a book club, that's no worries at all. You can still do this. All you need to do is go to Etsy. Etsy has an amazing range. It breaks down into different tropes, into different genres. You can pick romantasy. Just look at these examples. Look how amazing these are. I absolutely love the idea that people put little like snacks and chocolate and tea. It just adds a lovely touch. So yeah, I think this would make a fantastic gift for a book lover, especially if they don't know what to read next. Definitely check it out. Activity number 3 is a themed book cocktail night. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. I've seen so many videos of people doing this idea and it's amazing. You have to give it a go. So what it could mean is each person has a different character for a book, Or for example, you could pick Akatar and each person has a different court. So someone does the night court, the summer court, the autumn court, and then they all come together and eat one by one. You present your drink on a tray and you walk out with your themed cocktail. It doesn't have to be cocktails. You can do this mocktail version also. There's so many recipes you can find online. Bonus idea, rather than each person bring out their drink one by one and you drink it, why don't you do a taste test like Bake Off? So everyone presents their drink on the table and then you vote between flavour, presentation, effort, all different things you can rate it. And then based off the votes, you can see who is the winner and who has the top drink of the night. Just look at the effort these people put into these gorgeous drinks. So whether you're drinking Night Court Nectar or Andana's Glow, these themed drinks just add that extra sparkle to your themed book night, and it's just a must. Activity number 4 is Locked Away in the Library Escape Room. This one's so unique and perfect for your book club nights. Turn your space into an escape room. So imagine you're trapped in a magical library and you have to solve puzzles to escape. So step 1, what you'll need is to choose what puzzles you want to use for your escape room. There's some here that I want to read that you could use for yours. So we've got unscramble book titles, mix up the letters and see who guesses first. Match the quote to the character. Who knows their books best? That would be so good, especially if you're all obsessed with the same book. That would show who's the biggest fan in your book club. Book cipher codes. So create secret codes with titles, authors, or page numbers. Bookish riddles. So challenge players to think outside of the box. Oh, this is a really good one. Cover close-ups. So show a cropped cover of your book and see who identifies it. So write clues for your materials. So for each puzzle that you have done, you need to write a clue or a prompt to help that person know what they have to do for the puzzle. You need to decide what the solution provides. So what the letters will make up, what is that final step you need to escape the library. When you're organising this escape room, make sure you have a timer set, so 20 minutes, 30 minutes. When you have a timer, it brings competition. People love competition. Me, for example, I turn feral. I'm going to be honest, I turn feral. There's no option but winning. Even though I'm really bad at escape rooms, that when the pressure's on, it's like, wah! Go, 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 go. And what you need to bear in mind as the game host is if you're allowed to give any clues or hints to players. You could consider the final challenge being where they come up with a phrase and the phrase is what unlocks them out of the library. Before you host this escape room, make sure you test it out yourself or adjust this in any way to make sure it was exactly what you want. You could always run this with a friend and see if they can do the challenges and puzzles and to see if it's hard or easy, and then you know that you can take this to your next book club and you'll be winning at the whole year's book club activities, because if you can pull this off, bonus idea for this activity, if you have access to a library after hours, you are winning, because it would be amazing if you could actually take this into an actual library. It would be just even better. Activity number 5 is create and decorate your own bookmark. So what you'll need is cards, stickers, scissors, pens, any arts and crafts that you have at home, bring it onto the table. And how it works is really up to you. So you could design something that you're inspired by. So why not create something inspired by what you're reading? So for example, Fourth Wing, bookmark could have dragons on it and lightning with glitter in it. Anything you want, be as creative as you can and see what you come out with. So the bonus idea on what you can do for your book club is you can make it interactive. Why don't you vote on whose is the funniest, whose is the most creative, whose is the most prettiest? That would get people laughing. Or what you could do is at the end is you swap bookmarks. So you create one, but at the end you know you're giving it to someone else. And you say that you have something to remember that night forever. Just have a look how gorgeous these bookmarks are. Book-inspired DIYs are a really creative and fun way to bring to your book club activities. Activity number 6 is book trivia night. What this is, who doesn't love a good trivia challenge? So split into teams and quiz each other. This could be on famous books. You can make questions about your current books you're reading, characters you will know, book talk trends. Tailor it to what your book club knows and you will have the best fun. Bonus idea, winner gets to pick the next read of the book club. You don't have to have winners or losers, it can just be a bit of fun. It's competitive but hilarious because you'll see who's been paying attention and who's just been coasting in the book club. Coming up next is activity number 7, which is the Hear Me Out cake. So the Hear Me Out cake was a really big trend on TikTok. So a Hear Me Out cake is where people come together and say, hear me out. It's an obsession, it's a weird crush you have, an attraction that you just can't explain to other people. So here's how it works. You need a cake, you put it in the middle, and everyone has a turn of saying, hear me out. They then pick their characters and they put it one by one in the cake saying, hear me out, put their character in and then explain. There's no judgment here. It's all for fun. And you can even look at your friends being like, what? Or you're even like, okay, I see that, I see that. It's really funny. I've seen so many hear me outs on like cartoons and stuff, so I haven't seen many book ones, but here's a TikTok I found of book characters. Look how funny this is.
This is Durian as Iring. I don't really have a reasoning other than I kind of love Durian. Yes, I so nearly put more. I think he's just effortlessly funny and has just so much riz. So so true. There is more.
Person is Lucian, but specifically with the fox mask.
I have Carding Greenbrier as a giant snake.
A bonus twist at the end is you could all vote on whose is the weirdest, or you just can't explain why someone's put their hear me out and they are the champion of the hear me out. Moving on to activity 8. Character casting game. Let's turn your book club into a casting call. So take the main characters from your current read and think what actors you think could play those characters if your book became a movie. So get creative. Think about looks, personalities, the overall package, and if they can play the #1 favourite character in your book and if they can bring this character to life. Bonus idea, make this a debate. And then have a group vote on who the favourite is. And then what you can do is have your list of the winners and who your casting role will be for this book. I can guarantee this one will end with either laughter or chaos. Either way, it's so much fun. So here's a TikTok I've seen for something like this.
Aelin Galathinius, and of course Lena Sardothian. I present Michelle Randolph.
Okay, moving on to activity number 9 is silent reading party. Everyone brings their own book and they set a 20 or 30-minute timer and they just read together in silence. What more could you want? You're sat with your best friends, you're sat with your book clubs, you're reading the same book, you're reading your own book that you love, and it's just a time where you can come together, you're spending time with that person and doing something you both love. And what's really cool is when the timer goes off, you can both pause. Depending if you're reading the same book, you can share thoughts together. You can share what you're loving, what the highlights are of the chapter. Bonus idea, what you can do is make it really cozy and aesthetic by getting candles, fairy lights. You can get a reading ambiance on YouTube in the background. I absolutely love these because it really brings you into the world, especially if you're reading a fantasy romance book. I recommend it 100 times over. If not, you could put it on Spotify. Just have a look at this.
If you're a bookworm living in New York, I have a question for you. How often do you get to read with friends at a cozy venue with a fall drink in hand? Or even meet new book buds?
Light it up, Danica. Light it up, light it up, light it up.
See, it's the simplest idea. It creates a warm and relaxing vibe. A silent reading party is a perfect low-key way to connect over books, relax, and enjoy some quiet reading together. And the last activity I want to talk about is one of my favourites, Book Club Awards Night. This one is perfect for the end of the year. How it works: create some really fun and silly categories such as best villain, most likely to break your heart, weirdest plot twist, or even the person most likely to forget to read the book. And then let everyone vote on the winners, and then you then present these winners to the group. So bonus idea, take this up a notch. Why don't you print out little certificates and hand them out to people? It is just a little touch that would be so funny and a great hit for your book club. Book Club Awards Night is a perfect mix of laughter, recognition, and bookish fun. And definitely your book club's end of year tradition sorted. And that's it. 10 fun book club activity ideas that you have to do in your book club. From book club bingo to blind dates with books, to arts and crafts, to trivia, to hear me out, to silent reading party. There's something here for every kind of book lover. Try them solo, with your friends, with your book club, and don't forget to put your own twist on them. If you like any of these ideas, drop a comment below and tell me how it went down at your book club or with your friends. I am dying to hear it. So hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell so you don't miss out on bookish videos like this. Happy reading, and may your next book night be full of laughter, creativity, and maybe just a little bit of chaos. Thanks for watching. Bye!